just copping flicks. Got a little baddie, let her talk that shit. They be mad at me, though they talk my way. Instead they gon' grind my way. Swerving a bubble like licks, might just copping flicks. They flexing and copping that PUA pop. They next to you talking, that shit you be got. The things that you had, you think you be stopped. Look at your face, at least behave. Little baddie you had, wear the ring and you mad. The Chizzler took over on top of Apex. Defeated the best, left out so I prep, created new steps. She want the baddest of course, drifting through your overload. Camel toe when that thing is pleasant, yeah for sure. Wanting to ride the wave and fit these shoes, they can't for sure. Price tag on that thing is priceless for sure.
Jump back. Don't say you miss me, but you hate me. That's cat. No conversation, stack them racks, you just a rat. No conversation, stack them racks, you just a rat. I heard they miss me. Well, them back. Don't say you miss me, but you hate me. That's cat. No conversation, stack them racks, you just a rat. No conversation, stack them racks, you just a rat. I'm a hood, shot on top. See, out, I'm gon' pop, blow some smoke. Rest in peace, pop. I'm so fired up, I'm so hot. It's mad now, they tryna plot, sit on top and watch it drop. Scorpio sign, guess I'm ready. All these rappers ain't ready. Ay, I tried to tell 'em I'm in the city and I'm finna pull up. Ay, I tried to tell 'em I'm in the city and I'm finna pull up. I heard they miss me. Well, I'm back. Don't say you miss me, but you hate me. That's cat.
So I'm just now waking up. I hear a lot of ruckus going on downstairs. And I walk downstairs and I see the cast down there doing a little team building little thing going on downstairs. Well, I hate to break the news to them, but I went ahead and hired a therapist because as y'all know, it's been crazy the last couple episodes. So, we got to tone it down a little bit and let everybody get off their chest what they have to say before we hit this reunion.
It's none of the bull, it's only the real, man. If you're in this season 2 thing, man, you got to be ready to go full throttle 24/7.
Man, I can't even lie to y'all, man. When I heard we was having a therapist, man, it was like, it could be something that can be like super therapeutic. Like the medicated state that I be in, man, is so therapeutic. So I'm always open to communicating with others and getting their perspectives and probably even some new intellect on how things should go.
Man.
Stay active and stay acclimated to being consistent because consistency will bring success. It seems like all the other stuff, it's like you can't really say that it's going to bring certainties.
Man.
That's just a little bit of game for y'all, man. The Chizzler, man, ain't going to give y'all no act. I'm going to keep it real. Ain't nothing scripted with me, man. It's the world we live in.
Straight like that.
PGH, man. We got some crazy artists, but are they dedicated?
Listen, I just doing something real light and shit. You know what I mean? Just so I could meet up with the cast and we do the team building and shit. Lady T, she came in, talked to us about having to talk to this therapist and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm comfortable with me and all my personalities. You know what I'm talking about? I don't want to talk to nobody. I feel some type way about Shorty coming for a PA, bro. Like, I already made the post. I'm not even, y'all know how I get down. Like, I love New York City. Like, I got big family from NY. Like, shout out to NY. I get booked. I get money out there. Like, I respect y'all niggas. But for y'all to even let this Shorty come for our city is weird. And then Uncle Snoop, I've been fucking with you since I came out the womb. And you going co-sign her? You been wearing Stiller gear forever. Like, I'm disappointed, Uncle Snoop. I'm disappointed. Like, real shit.
I ain't gonna hold you up. I don't even know because I ain't even up to date.
Yeah, no. The Shorty had to pull my coattail about her. Like, she was all like, you ain't hear about the one Shorty that's rapping? Like, cause I be in and out of New York, like, doing music shit. And they was like, damn, you don't know the Shorty that this PA? And I was like, as a real artist, I don't listen to other female artists unless they're my females I bang with. Like, you know what I mean? If it ain't Mad Gang, if it ain't the females I know that do music, if it ain't Barty, if it ain't Nikki, if it ain't, you feel me? If it ain't Big Lotto, shout out Big Lotto.
I'm gonna keep it real.
Then I'm not.
I'm gonna keep it real. PGH is the gym. Like, everybody be coming here trying to get a little bit of what we got going on because our talent is crazy, but they want to sit there and keep all the A&Rs away. Fuck what you heard, man.
See, but that's how I even started being like, I started meeting with those A&Rs out there, like, and they started really like, shout out to Coast, because that's how what really opened the door.
Okay.
Like, when I first came back to music, like, and y'all niggas know I'm transparent as fuck, cause that's on the claim. When I came back in 2020, like, I was doing a little regular shit. The coast to coast shit was a move for me. Like, I heard a lot of people down on that shit, but that shit, if you just now getting your foot back in the music shit, and back in 2020, I was just coming back to the music shit. Like, they will really put you in front of these A&Rs of these industries. They will really give you an opportunity to perform at these festivals. You can win 50 bands. Like, it's a good opportunity for a new next. So it was Coast to Coast that really gave my face a fucking like recognition for these Rock Nation A&Rs and shit. Like, and the show I'm about to do, shout out to Rock Nation, shout out to Power 105.
Hold on, don't go past Coast to Coast. And I wanted to say something.
Okay, go ahead.
Coast to Coast, man. PGH, where the fuck was you at, man? Coast to Coast came to Insomnia, man. And y'all niggas was sleeping. We had people from out of town winning, man. Where y'all at? These niggas was from Islands, man. Shout out to Coast. That's what I mean by consistency. We got too many talented artists for y'all to be in the tuck. We've been talking about this stuff for months. Coast to Coast posted it. You had people from the islands coming in all over the world. Why wasn't the Pittsburgh artist there? Because they ain't focused.
See, but that's the one thing. Another thing, like, why y'all keep trying to beef with us? Like, I ain't never in my life been to a city where they want to beef with each other. Like, this is weird as hell. Like, y'all keep letting these New York niggas diss us. Like, Shorty just dissed us, bro. She said, fuck the whole PA. That ain't even just Pittsburgh. Shout out to Philly. Shout out to all the, like, that's like she dissed the whole PA.
Harrisburg.
And ain't nobody popping off. Ain't nobody make no diss shit. I started to make a diss, but then I thought about it, like, my album is on fucking, like, I'm behind on my album. Like, if I gotta put my pen on this shit, because nobody want to address this girl,
where my
what y'all doing?
At, man? All my niggas PA, man, we gotta stand up together, man, like all these other cities.
Yes, that's one thing I don't understand about us. That's why I'm leaving.
I fuck with everybody. You said that's why you leaving.
The cast took it a little bit better than I thought they would when I brought up about the therapist coming. I don't know about them, but I'm super excited. You know, I have a lot going on and a lot that has been happening over the past years. I can't wait to get this off my chest because it's weighing in heavy and I can't even get my normal day-to-day jobs done that much because I'm so stressed out. So I guess we're going to see what happens when Dr. Moore comes up in here.
How you doing today?
I'm all right, brother. How are you?
I'm Dr. Moore, and just want to sit down and talk to you.
I have no problem with that, brother. My name is the Chizzlerman. You know what I mean?
Chizzlerman. All right. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
With me, I'm a PGH artist, you know what I mean? Also, I have my hands on the promotion side of things, as well as doing the family man thing, the 9 to 5 thing, as well as all kind of others. I just got a multitude of hustles. Family-oriented, man, with a vision of bringing out a different sound for my city. PGH is a city that's accustomed to the trap. Don't get me wrong, I've been around and seen a lot of different things throughout my city, but I feel like there need to be a new sound, and I believe I got that sound. So the Chizzlerman is bringing it. The Chizzler Show is what I'm presenting. Like that.
I like that. Let me ask you a question. If you're comfortable talking to me about this, tell me a little bit about your childhood.
Oh man, growing up, it's tough. From the north side, man. Lost a lot of friends. Seen a lot of things, man. You know what I mean? And when you growing up in a poverty-stricken community where, you know what I mean, at one point in time, it was like your neighbors was always there to kind of like, they could whoop your ass and get away with it as well. But now they kind of took that all away. So it's like, we don't do it by the community sense. It's more so, you stay the fuck over there and I'm gonna stay over here. Your kids, they say something to mine, now we at each other's heads. But I was raised, man, my grandma would whoop my ass. My dad would whoop my ass. My mama would whoop my ass. My granddad would whoop my ass. And then shit, if I did it bad enough, the neighbor is gonna whoop my ass. And they're gonna get the understanding of being allowed to do that because they trying to keep the community in check. You see what I'm saying? They trying to keep the kids growing up with some type of goal. See, I grew up goal-oriented. So I always was accustomed to always setting goals and passing them or just meeting them. And it's okay sometimes if you can't meet it. It's okay not to meet it sometimes, I mean, but that's just understanding that it's a life lesson learned. You got to take and learn from not there and mistake your way to greatness, because I believe you can mistake your way to greatness as well.
So you're talking about learning from the mistakes.
Yes.
I like that perspective. Let me ask you this, Chizzlerman. Is there something from your childhood, positive or negative, that comes to mind that still affects you to this day?
To this day, I'm gonna say that really affects me is like not really having my dad there. My mom was like my mom and my dad in a sense. My granddad, he came through in the standard. My dad was always locked up and mass incarcerated, so it wasn't by his fault. He didn't know no better. I don't know. I can't make excuses, but I know like not having him there is something that really hit me differently because I had to learn other ways, and that's that way of mistaken. I made some mistakes in my life, but that don't make me a bad man. It also makes me a man of understanding. Understanding that, hey, you touch that stove and that stove is hot, you're gonna get burnt. You go ahead and touch that stove again without that glove on and see how many other burns you get. You ain't gonna want to do that after that one time. So it's pretty much that's how I learned. I learned through my granddad and cousins and, you know what I mean, brothers and friends from my community, you know what I mean?
Right.
My dad was always locked up. So that was probably the thing that really affected me the most. Not having my whole family intact, you know what I mean?
Right. Are you a father?
Yeah, I'm a father of 4.
Father of 4.
Yeah.
Describe what type of father you are.
I'm a very, very loving, a very, very kind, a very, very stern father in a sense of I'm not letting my kids fall victim to things that they should be able to see foreseeably. So I kind of keep them structured, and I want them all to have goals. They all compete with each other on grades. They don't bring home nothing less than C's, and a lot of the times they be mad about that. And I'm like, that's cool. But that's the fight that they got instilled. I didn't have that. So for me, I feel like I'm winning because I'm doing something totally different. I feel like they know that I love them, they know that I'm there, they know that I care. So with me being there and them having their mother there and just us as a family just doing the things that we need to do as a whole, it makes a big difference. Their grades show that. I believe our city don't have a lot of fathers. If the fathers ain't locked up, the fathers ain't there because of deaths, you know what I mean? RIP to the ones that's been lost, you know what I mean? Senseless violence. You know what I mean? I feel like we lacking, even the uncles, a lot of the uncles can step up and really help out as they can for the dads, because the first thing you get is, you ain't my dad, you ain't my father. So you could sit there and be, oh, you a man, you can do this, but nowadays the kids, they don't listen to the elders. They got their own movement. Mines, they listen and respect elders. Yes, sir, yes, ma'am. That's right. How are you? They help. They're polite. All the traits I have and I display with the high energies and high vibrations, that's how they are. My kids are very well mannered.
That sounds real good. I appreciate you for sharing those very personal thoughts. And I have a question for you on a lighter note. You're on a show called Hustle Hard to Get It.
Ooh, I like that.
What does that mean to the Chizzlerman?
Man, to the Chizzlerman, hustle hard to get it. Not only is it a mind state, but it's really, really, really a lifestyle. Like, you literally got to hustle hard to get it with everything in life. A lot of people think you can sit back and just let it come to you. You could wait, but that's not no guarantee that it's going to come. So you got to hustle hard, man. You want to eat, you better learn how to fish, so you can eat many days, or you going to wait on somebody to bring you a fish sandwich. Nah, man, hustle hard. I mean, I got to grind. I mean, on my phone, my screensaver, man, I got something on here that's kind of like, to me, it's self-explanatory. Hustle, grind, execute. That's motivation, man. You gotta motivate yourself. You know what I mean?
Every day.
Every day. Every day, that's what you do. And it's like inspiration comes in many different facets. That's just life. So I'm gonna hustle hard to get it always, and I'm appreciative to be on Pittsburgh's first original reality TV show. Hustle hard to get it, baby. You know we with it. Stay committed.
everyday Chizzlerman. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, brother.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
I am Dr. Moore, and I just want to say thank you for coming today.
Thank you for having us.
What's your name again?
My name is Sarah.
Tara. Nice to meet you, Tara.
Nice to meet you too.
Tara, I just want to ask you a few questions
Mhm.
and be as candid as you feel comfortable being. First of all, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, my name is Tara. Some people call me Tara J. Some people call me Lady T because I used to rap back in the day. I still rap today, but not as much because I own businesses. Have 2 LLCs, HotXX Magazine, HotxXMagOnlineRadio. So really just running a life. I'm a mom. So I have a 9-year-old, about to be 10-year-old fiance to Nelse D, which is he's known for his movies and everything. So, I'm just out here trying to get it, hustling hard to get it, definition.
Hustle hard to get it.
Hustle hard to
So
get
you
it.
created Hustle Hard to Get It,
Yes.
and that's your baby.
Yes.
And you're also giving other artists a platform and an avenue to express their talents and introduce themselves to the world. Tell me, how did you conceive the idea of Hustle Hard to Get It?
Well, like I was mentioning, I used to be a music artist and still am till today. And there wasn't a lot of opportunities when I started rapping in 2009. So, I figured there's so many music artists out, so much talent, whether it's movie makers, producers, actors, comedians, you can name it, that don't really have the TV opportunity here in the city, especially when it comes to reality. So I figure, everybody's on Facebook, they post what they post, they want people to know their story. Why not have a show based off of them and their story? So I decided to come up with Hustle Hard to Get It and show, the world that there are some talented people out here that may not be known to the world yet, but they should be.
I like that.
And they have stories to tell.
Everybody has a story to tell.
Yes.
Speaking of which, Tara, tell me a little bit about your childhood.
So growing up, I was the youngest. I have an older brother named Kelvin Jackson Jr.
Okay.
He's older than me. We're 6 years apart. I had my mom and dad throughout my whole life, which to me was a huge blessing. Just having a mom and dad figure something about that makes a difference. My mom, she was great mother, independent, married, of course, but, she still knew how to handle her own as a woman. And with her in my life, I felt like, she taught me a lot on how to carry myself as a woman and what to do, what to expect. And then my dad, on the other hand, they say that's my twin. We act just alike. He taught me, how to defend myself and how to be tough and honestly just black in this world. And, so having them two together really made a difference. Growing up, I had a good childhood. I could not lie and say I didn't. I was what they call spoiled. So, all I gotta do is blink my eyes and my dad's like, let's go to the store. It was a good childhood growing up. I'll say that. I kind of got everything I wanted.
That's awesome. Is your mother and your father still living?
My dad is still here. My mother unfortunately passed away 2 years ago.
Oh, my condolences.
Thank you. She was a wonderful, beautiful soul. But a lot of things happen as far as like mental health that I feel like, is a big issue in this world and could be talked about more. And unfortunately, that was a lot of the cause for her situation.
Okay. Having her pass, and you say some of the cause may have been due to mental, I'll say mental health, and also mental illness, depending on, what her situation was. How did that affect you?
Honestly, it affected me a lot. Even growing up, I knew her as fun and independent and strong. And, when you get to the point where you grow up and you start noticing things you may not have noticed or understood when you were younger, kind of makes you wonder and makes you a little confused. How can this woman who has seen you strong for so long show me a weak side? But it's not a weak side that was controllable. And, it kind of hurt me and it made me feel like, wow, like life is real. And what do you do in this situation? And I mean, even through her situation, she still stayed strong. Every time you see her, she had a smile. Every time you seen her, she was positive, trying to help others. But I feel like when it came to mental health, not too many people were educated in that aspect. Even myself, because you never had to deal with it before. So where you really know what to do in that situation.
Right.
And a lot of people got to realize when it comes to that, you can't, sometimes what you're not really knowing what to do or really knowing how it really feels, what can you really say? You know, and it kind of sucks because, you know, when things turn left or go left, you feel like it's your fault. You feel like I could have did more. And yeah, I just feel like what could I have done more sometimes.
Have you researched mental illness, mental health topics and subjects, and decided to educate yourself more about the subject?
I actually have. You know, before this, I had a couple other people that told me they went through it. But again, not seeing somebody that you are with 24/7 go through it, you're just like, oh, you know, you'll be okay. Trust me. You think giving them uplifting words is all they need. But sometimes that's not all they need. So after my mom's situation, I did start looking up about mental health and educating myself and realizing, dang, I actually deal with that sometimes. You know, anxiety, depression. And a lot of people view me as, no, not her, because she's always happy. She's always doing stuff. She's grinding. It can't be her. You know, and people don't realize how real it is. And for me, it's like, you know, I can walk around just like her with a smile on my face, brighten other people's day, but I may go home, cry on my bed or my couch or not want to get out of bed. And there's days I don't want to get out of bed. But again, I have a child. So, you know, it's one of them where you have to be strong for them. But deep down, you're just dying inside. It's tough.
Right. Thank you so much for sharing that, Tara.
Thank you.
I know it can be easy to express such an emotional topic, but I'll tell you one thing. I've actually had the opportunity to watch a little bit of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very impressed with your work ethic, your energy, and you are someone to be commended, and you keep hustling hard to get it.
Thank you.
Because you are a wonderful example.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for
I
coming
appreciate
today.
it. Thank you.
All right.
Whew, let me tell y'all, that was a huge relief. I never really realized how much, you know, it helps to have somebody that really cares and listens, you know, when it comes to getting stuff off of your chest. And y'all already know that was a sensitive topic for me. So it felt good to, you know, have that conversation and get some things off my chest and express myself.
How you doing?
I'm good. And yourself?
All right. I'm doing well. I'm Dr. Moore. And what's your name?
I'm Des the Poet. Nice to meet you, Dr. Moore.
Des the Poet. Thank you for coming today. I just want to sit here and talk to you briefly, just find out a little bit about you. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, you know, I'm an artist. I don't consider myself like a rapper, singer, or anything like that. I'm an artist. I do what I do the best that I can do it to send my message out. You know what I'm saying? I've been writing poetry since I was like 8 or 9 years old or whatnot. Never shared it though until 2014.
Okay.
I started sharing it. Then I started performing throughout the city, you know, whatnot. And then during the pandemic 2020, I started putting my poetry to music and I started writing songs.
Okay. You know, that's very interesting. You mentioned that you started writing poetry around the age 8 or 9, correct?
That's correct.
Take me back there and tell me what made you start writing poetry.
Okay, in order to do that, I'm gonna be brief with it, but I'll go back a little bit further. My parents split up when I was very young, and it was like a kind of a bad split, and constantly moved all the time. But we moved from Pittsburgh to North Carolina, and during my stint in North Carolina, I was going to gifted schools where they had alternative teaching, and they would, you know, I want you to express yourself in different ways, and that's how I found poetry. Like when I mean move around from grades K through 12, I went to 10 schools. I went to 7 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and 1 high school.
Now, what was the reason, if you understood back then, what was the reason for the moving around?
Basically, I guess it was my mother trying to stay away from my father. pretty much. You know, bad blood, and trying to, you know, things he couldn't stay away.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it.
Let me ask you this. Did you feel like you were moving around?
Yes, I feel like I had to become a social chameleon. Like, I'm a Cancer, so, you know, shy, you know, introverted or whatnot, but everywhere I went, I had to blend in somehow to meet new people or whatnot, you know what I mean? I was always the new kid everywhere, you know what I mean? I finally found a home, though, when I moved back to Pittsburgh and went to high school, because I was at one high school, you know, went to Shinley, lived on the hill.
Okay.
I mean, so that's where I found out who I was.
Wow. Tell me this. You're on a show now called Hustle Hard to Get It.
Yes, hustle hard to get it.
Say that again.
Hustle hard to get it.
What does that mean to you? How do you feel when you say that?
I feel like my whole life I was hustling. And in order to achieve any gratification, you have to hustle hard in order to reach that gratification. So that's what I feel about it. You got to hustle hard to get what you want. You know what I mean? And that's basically my life, pretty much.
I think you just summed it up for me. Hi, I'm Dr. Moore.
I'm Erica. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Erica. Erica, do you have a stage name?
Well, you know, I go by the Queen of 16, infamous underground Pittsburgh rap, but they call me Boogieebaby. Boogieebaby.
I
Yeah, they
like
like
that.
that. That's what they like. They scream it, I scream it.
I like that too. So tell me, Erica, but also tell me the difference between Erica and Boogieebaby.
Well, I transitioned from Christianity. I was born a Christian. I was raised as a Christian. I transitioned, that's what they like to, I transitioned from Christianity to spirituality in 2020. And now as a spiritualist, I am learning to mix my masculinity with my femininity. So Erica's more feminine. Like, she's soft-spoken, she's sweet. She's the one that'll call and check up on you. She's the one that'll make sure you got food on your stomach, make sure that, you know what I mean? And I feel like Boogieebaby was created out of trauma. I made her because I felt like I needed to be protected. So, and then it just turned into art. You feel what I'm saying? So, and not to mention, people started calling me that. I'm from the Hill District. The world knows that. Like, and they started calling me Boogie, and I'm a businesswoman. I turned it into money. You feel what I'm talking about? So, yeah.
That's very interesting that you said that this persona was
Can
created.
I smoke in here? You don't mind?
I don't mind.
Okay.
Very interesting that you mentioned that persona of Boogieebaby was created out of trauma.
Absolutely.
Now, whatever you feel comfortable talking about,
Yes.
can you touch on some of the trauma?
I mean, just being Black in America. We can that's a wide spectrum. Like, just being Black in America, I know a lot of people, women, men, y'all can relate with that. Like, we're basically born into trauma, you know what I mean? And then it's like, it's a constant struggle of trying to survive and being a single mom and coming from the Hill District. Like, my mama, I had a beautiful childhood. My mama was so dope. Like, she did everything in her power. She worked 2 jobs, went to school to keep me out of the projects. As soon as I was able to get on my own, I ran to the projects. You know what I mean? We do exactly what they tell us not to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? So a lot of that trauma comes from seeing a lot of my friends get murdered, the gang life, you know, the stripper life, just a lot of stuff that I've seen in my past. And now with me having a 16-year-old and then a Black male, a king, I'm raising a young prince to be a king.
Definitely.
It's like they, you see the news, they're shooting at funeral homes, and it's very different from what we come from. So it's like, it's to try to keep him grounded and make him feel a part of this world and to still raise him with the old school values. It's just, you know, it's a struggle, but I'm very grateful for the struggle. So that's where the trauma comes from. That's where Boogie comes from. She comes from the struggle, to put it in so many words.
You know, I gotta say, I think I totally understand the contrast and the current, perception of trauma.
Right.
Most times I'll ask the question and people will revert back to the childhood. And you mentioned that you had a really good childhood and you're raising a young prince to be a king now. I would say Erica and Boogieebaby are coexisting very healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And your energy.
It took a long time to get this person though, because even though I said I come from a good childhood, like nothing is fucking perfect.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I didn't come from a perfect childhood, but I know that my mom did her fucking best. There was a lot of outside factors. I've been through a lot. You know what I mean? Like placements, group homes, and that wasn't because of anything my mom did. You know what I mean? She did her best to raise me, but it was a lot of outside factors. She was still finding herself. The men she chose to date, the people that she had me around. And I don't like, and like I said, me changing from Christianity to spirituality was a way for me to be able to heal from that trauma. You know what I mean? And she's one of my best friends now. Like, I love her. I love the ground she walks on. She's super dope. And it's like I'm learning a new person all fucking over again. You know what I mean? I literally just told her that. Like, it's like I'm learning you all over again, and I'm flattered. I'm honored. So it's an everyday struggle. So I don't want people to be watching and thinking like, oh, Boogie is just perfect. She's a robot. Like, bitch, I turned my pain into power. And that's what I'll say for the young people that stream my music, the people that watch me. Like, turn that pain into power.
Yes.
Facts.
Yes. So you are on a show called Hustle Hard to Get It, Boogie.
And I've been hustling. Lady, shout out to Lady T. Shout out to Pittsburgh Illuminati. Shout out to my brother Nelse. Like, I've been hustling.
What does Hustle Hard to Get It mean to you?
Oh my God, it means everything to me. Like, I just was nominated for Female Artist of the Year. Like, I remember this time 2 years ago, Tara will tell you, like, I was the main one. Like, they didn't put me on the list. I've been grinding. I'm dropping music every month. I'm doing this. My streams is hitting this. Like, it's just like, once you stop looking for the validation of other people and start to be like, damn, I'm enough. I don't give a fuck if one person listens to my shit. Like, I touch one heart. I touch one life. So, yeah, that's what hustle hard means to me. Like, my fucking hustle is paying off. Like, your grind, like, hustle hard to get it to me means when your grind starts to pay off. Like, facts.
Wow. Boogieebaby, keep that energy.
It's a pleasure.
Keep that life about yourself. And keep touching everybody in this world. Thank you so much for coming in today.
It's a pleasure. I'm a hugger, but we just met. I won't hug you. Give me a hug.
Thank you so much.
Yes, it's a pleasure. Man, after talking to Dr. Moore, oh my God, like, I feel light as a feather. You feel what I'm talking about? Like, because y'all know I'm a spiritualist. So I'll do my meditation. I'll do my Reikis and shit. I don't really let too many people into my life. Like, but talking to Dr. Moore was definitely needed. Like, the vibe was everything. Like, you know what I mean? Any flag, I might have to follow him on Facebook or something, Instagram, something. You feel what I'm talking about? Like, but nah, like, in all seriousness, like, I don't really get a chance to show people the other side of me, and he was able to get that out of me. So I respect it, and I love Dr. Moore. Let's work.
You are not alone.
As y'all know, this is the last episode. I love all my fans, all my supporters, everybody that been supporting the whole fucking team. Like, we love y'all. We respect y'all. This is the last episode. Stay tuned. Season 2 coming, but you know the reunion coming. And there's a lot of smoke that we ain't get to air out. You feel what I'm talking about? I'm going to come cute, Versace and all that, but I might have to clean them up.
Hustle hard to get it. Like all good things, they must come to an end. So I'm sorry, but with endings, there's new beginnings because we got season 2 coming.
Time to end it. Season 1 out the door, man. Reunion Insomnia. Turn the fuck up, man. You know the Chizzler, man. It's the Chizzler Show. Shout out to everybody that hustle hard and grind and go get that thing, man. You can't sit there and think it's coming to you. You know what I mean? But one thing I can say, it's going to be highly explosive. Insomnia's going to present it with Tara. We love all y'all, man. We want y'all to tap in. Season 2, whoo, whirlwind of new shit. New artists, new vibes, new flavor. It's all love.
I'll be back for season 2, and I promise you'll see more from me.
That bitch couldn't sit with me. Outside of this shit, that bitch couldn't sit with me, and I stand on that.
Let's go. Hustle, hustle, hustle hard to get it. Hustle, hustle, hustle hard to get it. Hustle, hustle, hustle hard to get it. No days off committed. Heavy work addicted. Hustle, hustle, hustle hard to get it. Hustle, hustle, hustle hard to get it. Hustle, hustle, hustle hard to get it. No days off committed. Heavy work addicted.
Okay, LL, wait. Before LL keep on talking to you all wrong, you know, I put some respect on my friend's name.
Definitely some respect on it.
Right, so
It looked like you were.
It's time they piss me off.
Whoa, whoa! We going crazy in this motherfucker in a minute.